Hey, today I want to talk to you about our divorce tab on our dispute types. Boy, probably more than any other dispute type, we've put a lot of collective time and team time into consideration of how this technology and our processes can help with a divorce. Trust me, I've had some advisors, had some competitors who've made recent public statements about the non-applicability of this kind of technology in the divorce spectrum. We don't happen to agree. Again, because we're both process, people, and technology, we think this can work wonderfully for divorce. I can't say there's only two categories of divorce. There's many. Some people like to term it a term simplistic. Um, we think by design, simplistic divorces are probably those without children as a result of the marriage, without joint ownership of real property, or complex asset liability considerations upon divorce. So, in general, that would be a category that we might call simple. Your more complex divorces obviously would be just the opposite. There'd be those who the marriage resulted in children, more complex asset liability, division of asset considerations, and other issues attached to the emotional side of the divorce. So, how can Settle Now help you? Well, upon launch and during at least the next 3 months, we're going to divide it into sort of three categories. One of which, the latter, which I'll speak towards the end, will only be available in Florida. I want to make clear also, we are very much aware in all of our different dispute types and our service design, aware of the fact we do not provide any legal advice or services. We are not a legal services company. We are not a law firm. We are very much aware of the unauthorized practice of law, so you're not going to get that from us. So to make this technology work for you, for the most part, you either need to be a pro se litigants, two people who are married who are trying to represent them themselves. If you are represented by an attorney, the attorney could make a decision that this type technology and this service might be beneficial to try to move the divorce along at any point in the process that it might be broken down or stalled, or you think this might improve. So basically, even though I've recognized that there's probably two dispute types, more simplified divorce and complex divorce, it's really grabbing one of the price points, and which, of course, on our introductory launch point, these prices are artificially low. They won't be that way after the first of the year. But you could pick the lowest point. Let's say if you're having a simplistic $500, you get 5 hours of facilitation and 2 hours of mediation. I would like to believe that that would either help or potentially resolve more simplistic divorces. If you have a more complex divorce, then you may want to pick one of the other price points. But of course, as our price page will indicate, you can upgrade for just the marginal differences in the different levels of pricing. So that's kind of or how two types of divorce can probably be handled within the Settle Now engine. Lastly, let me talk to you about what we're calling Family Settle. Family Settle will be a web portal released sometime here in the fourth quarter. The services of that are available immediately, but only to Floridians. We've decided at a $3,500 price point for a full turnkey, very unique approach for Florida divorces. It'll include the forms. You'd fill the forms out. They would be reviewed and e-filed by an attorney, kind of making sure that your I's are dotted, your T's are crossed, and that you have the forms filled out in accordance with the law. You'll have access to family counseling. If your assets are greater than a certain price point, the settlements can be reviewed by a licensed financial planner. Sometimes the emotional aspects of the divorce and what you fight for and you get in the final financial agreement settlement maybe is not the best for you financially, so that these professionals can help you. The family counseling option is probably second to none, where we can give you, even if you don't have insurance, at that $3,500 price point, $1,750 each, $500 a piece upon filing. We can finance the difference for 6 months. So we think we've addressed this. We're excited. We'll continue to refine it. We need your feedback, so we look forward to serving you. Thank you.